Today, we're diving into a really fascinating shift happening in the Gulf Cooperation Council, or the GCC. It's a place where the old rulebook for selling enterprise tech is basically being thrown out the window. Here, governments aren't just making the rules. They're becoming the first and honestly the biggest customers for some of the world's most advanced AI. So let's break down what this actually means for founders.
Now, for most tech founders, that question is probably the start of a nightmare. You're thinking endless bureaucracy, pilot programs that go absolutely nowhere. But in the GCC, it's the beginning of a massive opportunity. We're not talking about slow-moving grants here. We are talking about direct, high-value commercial sales to government buyers who are genuinely motivated.
So here's our game plan. We'll start by looking at this new tech market that's popping up. Then we'll get into why governments are stepping up as first customers. After that, we'll see how this whole setup actually de-risks the startup journey to find this really critical standard called AI orchestration, and then wrap it all up with a founder's playbook on how to win in the region.
Okay, first things first. We have to understand that this isn't just some temporary spending spree. What's happening in the GCC is a deep, foundational economic shift. These nations are deliberately building AI-first economies from the ground up as a core part of their long-term vision.
And this quote really says it all. This isn't just some trendy initiative that's going to fade away. It is a core economic requirement that's been woven directly into the national strategies of countries like Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Qatar. It is structural, and believe me, it is here to stay.
So how's this vision actually taking shape? Well, it all starts with the foundation. Governments are pouring huge amounts of capital into the core infrastructure needed for large-scale AI. We're talking about massive expansions in cloud capacity, new regional data centers, and you've got these major national AI champions like Abu Dhabi's G42 and Saudi Arabia's Humane leading the charge. They're building the digital highways first. And of course, once those highways are built, they need vehicles to run on them.
Which brings us right to our next point, the rise of a totally new kind of buyer. With all this infrastructure falling into place, the governments themselves have become the main commercial customer, and they're actively on the hunt for AI solutions to run on it.
So here's the crucial takeaway. Building all this capacity creates an immediate, very real market gap. Governments need AI products that are localized, that understand the regional data, the languages, the regulations. And this creates a powerful, direct commercial opening for founders who can step in and fill that need. All right, now let's talk about how this structure gives founders a huge advantage. This unique market actively de-risks what is, let's face it, a notoriously difficult early stage for any startup by pretty much removing some of the biggest traditional hurdles you'd normally face.
And look at this, it really lays out the difference so clearly. It's night and day. On the left, you've got the typical startup struggle, right? Super long sales cycles, burning cash on marketing just to create demand, and fighting tooth and nail for that first bit of commercial proof. But the GCC model over on the right, it just flips the script entirely. You get direct procurement paths. Demand is predictable because it's mandated by national goals. And you get to pilot your tech in these incredible high-value government settings. It's just a way more predictable and stable environment to build a company.
So it boils down to two huge benefits. First, you get commercial proof, and you get it way faster. Instead of some hypothetical business case, you can validate your product inside real, live government systems. We're talking health, logistics, even national identity platforms. And second, your marketing risk just plummets. You aren't trying to convince a market to adopt something new. You're selling a solution that helps government agencies meet targets they are literally required to hit. They're already looking for you. But there is a catch. To really succeed here, the technical bar is getting higher. It's not enough anymore to just digitize an old process. The new mandate, the new standard, is for something called AI orchestration. And that means building systems that are truly AI native, right from the ground up. So what is AI orchestration exactly? Well, think of it like this. Traditional automation uses AI as a sort of co-pilot, to handle simple tasks. AI orchestration gives the AI the pilot seat. It means you architect your entire system so that the AI can control, monitor, and influence the core operations. The AI isn't just a feature you bolt on at the end, it's the fundamental logic that's running the whole show. And this makes it really clear. In the real world, this means things like traffic systems that don't just react to traffic jams, but actually predict and prevent them from happening. It means national payment systems that can spot anomalies and fraud in real time. Or public service platforms that intelligently route citizen requests without a human ever touching it. The system itself is designed to be run by an AI. That is the new standard. All right, so let's pull this all together into something you can actually use. This is the founder's playbook, your path to success in this really unique market.
It really comes down to 3 key steps. First, build for national priorities. Go look at the national vision documents. They spell it all out. They're focused on logistics, health, energy, so align your product with those. Second, design for that AI orchestration standard we just talked about. Build your data flows and decision-making layers so an AI can actually take the controls. And third, and this is so important, treat the regulators like partners. Talk to them early, understand the rules, and build that crucial trust you're going to need to get your tech inside critical government systems.
So, the big takeaway here is really clear. The GCC's top-down digital mandate isn't just creating a market, it's creating a fast track to scale. For the right kind of AI and deep tech companies, this is a direct path to high-value customers, real-world impact, and scaling up fast.
This combination of national investment, clear demand, and structured priorities, it's a rare and incredibly powerful thing. The opportunity is really just sitting there on the table. So the only question left is, are you ready to build for it?